Hi, thank you for joining me again at Journey to Legacy. My name is Yolandria Tisdale, and on this channel, we will be talking about all things boys and specifically going from boyhood to manhood. So if that resonates with you, I would like for you to like this video, to subscribe, and to share with other boy moms that may be interested in this information that we will be learning together. So I know for me as a woman, I don't feel like I had a clear, defined moment where I'm like, you have become a woman. And obviously, I'm older now and I figured it out and it was all good. But what I am learning quickly as the mother of an adolescent son is that that is not true for boys. So for boys, they really need a moment where they understand they are transitioning from boyhood to manhood. And in the absence of that marker, in the absence of them understanding that transition, they sometimes get stuck. They sometimes feel like they are still operating as a boy, although they've moved into the body of a man. And what this can look like sometimes, it looks like they're testing the limits with you. It looks like they're seeking validation in other places. It can look like them withdrawing from you. Maybe they don't talk to you as much. Maybe they don't have the same level of affection for you. So it can look a lot of different ways depending on, your son, their personality. And so for boys, they really do need that moment where they understand the transition and it's happening. And here is how life is going to change because I am no longer a teenager. I am becoming a man. And so that is what we want to prevent for our sons. We don't want them to be stuck. We don't want them to feel like they are still operating or thinking as a boy or as a teenager when they are clearly moving into manhood. So that's what we want to prevent for them. And so I realized last time actually that I never named what I did, and you may have figured it out by now. What I did basically is create a rite of passage for my son. And so what we will be talking about in future episodes is what I did, what it looks like for modern day society, and how you can customize that and do the exact same thing for your son at home. So that's what we'll be talking about if you hadn't figured that out right now. And so again, back to what I was saying, we don't want our sons trying to prove their manhood. We don't want them trying to validate their manhood because they missed that moment where we marked it to say you are transitioning from boyhood to manhood. And so in order to prevent this, we are going to tell them that, hey, you're no longer a little boy, you're no longer a teenager, that you are becoming a man, and this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like, this is what men do. And so we are going to mark that moment for them as a family and guide them into manhood as opposed to waiting for them to figure it out. And so that's how we want to prepare our sons. That's how we want to equip our sons. That's how we want to set them up for success. And also, as a woman, as a mother, that's the gift that I want to give to their wife. I do not want their wives having to finish the job that my husband and I did not do. So, and I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say that. So we want to gift some lovely young lady in the future a man that is fully ready to be her husband and handle all the things that men handle. What I discovered with the rite of passage is that it answered one question. It really answered, who am I? That's the question that I felt like resonated most when I completed this process for a rite of passage. What I also discovered is the rite of passage gave my son clarity. It gave him responsibility. It gave him a sense of belonging as far as a community, because it was a lot of the rite of passage is around creating moments with strong men in their life. And so it created a whole community for him that helped him to understand that you're going from this boyhood community to this manhood community. And so it really helped to anchor and to structure what that journey was like and what he was becoming. And so I found it very, very helpful. And I found that as a mother, as a woman, I was not replacing his father. I was not creating some new age, definition of masculinity. I wasn't doing any of that. I was really naming the moment. I was really being intentional. I was really honoring the change. And I was really helping to gather the men in his life as a catalyst for his growth. And that is what I am here today to remind you as well, that as a mom, there's a lot of influence that we have in this process. And so that's what I want to encourage you to understand as well, that we're not replacing the men. We are simply being intentional, and we are naming the moment, and we are being the catalyst for all of these wonderful, beautiful, strong men in their lives, to help them to grow into such a man themselves. And so that's what we're doing. I discovered in all of that is the more that the moment was named, the more that the bar was set, the more that he actually rose to the occasion. And so he did not shrink back from it. He actually started to rise up and fill these new shoes that we were putting in front of him for him to wear. And I think that will be true for most boys, because we know boys like challenges. So this is just yet another challenge, and he rose to the occasion, and I know your son will do the same thing. So I am going to end shortly, because I am doing 50 things at one time all the time. And so what I intend to do with these videos is I intend for them to be short, but impactful, and to be full of good information, and leave you ready for the next one as well. So I want to always end with the question. So my question tonight is, did you personally have a clear moment where you became an adult, where it was kind of recognized or known or marked that you are transitioning from childhood to adulthood? Did you have that moment? So leave your answer in the comment section. Yes or no, did you have that moment? I would love to hear your journey and hear your story. Until next time, see you later.